get down.
G'day and welcome everybody. Welcome to July. My goodness, we are more than halfway through the year already. Who can believe it? Well, as you hopefully all know, my name is Purple Cashina. I'm your host for the Geocaching Down Under podcast tonight. And tonight I'm going to be joined by Annie Love from Geocaching Headquarters. Now, just a little note for you all, because of the time difference between Seattle and us here in Down Under, this interview is pre-recorded. So I did put a call out earlier in the month, or actually last month, for you to submit your questions. So hopefully you did that, and they will be featured in tonight's interview. So sit back, enjoy. Unfortunately, you won't be able to ask questions live, but feel free to interact with one another. Tell us your stories if you've met Annie Love at any of the events here or overseas. That would be really cool. Don't forget, we do have little ones watching, so please keep it PG. And we've also got another prize winner for the GDU photo of the month for June. We'll be drawing that one later in the show, so stick around for that. Maybe it was yours. We've also got a couple of prizes to give away to help you geocache your way through winter, so make sure you're watching live to win that one later. I'd like to give a special thanks to our sponsors here of GDU. A special thanks to Lainey at LK Consulting Group for the marketing, mentoring, and the coaching program. Thank you very, very much. Also, big thanks to John and I from geostuff.com.au. They do supply us with prizes every month and do support the show in other ways as well. So big thank you to John and I. Also, special thanks to See My Shell. He is my newest sponsor of the show, and he handles the audio editing and also video editing for GDU. So thank you very much, SMS. And a big thanks to my mum, who also supports the show and the podcast as well. And I know she's watching live tonight, so g'day, Mum. Okay, so for tonight, we do have some prizes to give away, as I mentioned earlier. If you would like to be entered into the prize draw, make sure you go to tinyurl.com/GDU wheel. Tonight's keyword is love bug. We will also put that in the chat for you there. Head over to tinyurl.com/GDU wheel, and the keyword is love bug. It is case sensitive, so make sure it is a capital L, capital B, no spaces between the words. Okay, you can enter that now, and we will be drawing that later. You can do that at any point throughout the show. If you win a prize, you will be removed from the wheel so that we can spread the prizes around and not just one person wins it all. I would like to say thank you for joining us live tonight, for watching the show. And if you're not watching live, then thank you for listening to the replay or watching the replay. Let's give a shout out now to those of you who are watching live. I can see a few of you here in the chat room. So let's have a quick look here. We've got Dennis AU1. We've got Hev Walker. We've got Houston, Texas. Dave from Texas, nice and early in the morning there. Good day, mate. Thanks for joining us. We've got James 0116. We got Datsun 1600. We got Julie. We got Tank Engine Choo Choo. We've also got the Bug is joining us live as well. There he is, Tank Engine. We've also got what do we got? We got DTY. We got Kitty Catch. We got Soul Oracle. We've also got, who else have we got here? All the names. Too many names to go through. James Anderson, g'day, mate. Dun Moen is here. Toy Hunters as well with Queen K8. And I missed it. Let me go back. That's awesome. Oh, look at that. And Darkside Dan. Oh, that's awesome. The three of you are watching together. That's so cool. Contester is joining live. G'day, love. We got Team Astro as well. Yee-hee. That's exciting. Roddy C. G'day, mate. We've got Scramping is here. The Bug is talking in hieroglyphics. We've also got, oh, mate, we've got people all over the shop here. We've got Lisa K. Quillis1, welcome. We've also got Oz Fox joining us live. We've got Kiara. Thanks for joining us. We've got Isa Peter is here. Patrick from Founder Podcast is joining us. Bill Morgan from Port Macquarie is also joining us live. That's awesome. Oh, dear. We've got Mama Bear and the clubs are fortunate to share the show with us tonight. That's awesome. So cool. G'day, gang. The whole gang is here. That's so cool. Gliss, Team Casho. Apologies if I've already said your name. There's just so many to get through. Chook and Chunk Alive, the People's Choice Award winners. Richery is joining us. Darkside Dan's even logged in. Fitzy, g'day mate. Peagle is here. Who else have we got? The Tree Whisperer, me and Dee in Rockhampton now. Oh, moving around. I like it. Yes, that's cool. Yes, Froggy Pancakes joining us live. That's cool. Briz Lyons is also joining us live. G'day, mate. Oh, we got Jono Moobs here. We've got Doomy16. We've got Serdi Vizio from Blue Mountains. 10K is in the house. That's right. Sci-Fi rules. That's awesome. That's great. Kim from Adelaide, thanks for joining us live. And Burns345 in Western Australia. G'day, mate. Thanks for joining us live. Bit early for you guys, bit late for us, but that's awesome. So thank you, everyone, for joining us live. We have got a cool little show for you here tonight. So let's start off with some of the newest events that are coming, and we'll get straight into the show with a quick welcome.
Hi, Geocaching Down Under. This is Sweden calling. Now, listen to the show.
Thank you, Patrick, for that video postcard. That is awesome. Nice summer over there in Sweden. Okay, so in terms of big events here in Australia and New Zealand, next one coming up is in September, and that one is Western Australia Goes Big. So Western Australia Goes Big is GCA GV8Y. That's GCA GV8Y. That one's going to be held on the 20th to the 23rd of September. And the main event's going to be held on the Saturday. But this will be the 11th Western Australia event, and it's going to be held in Augusta. So make sure you take your kayak or your canoe. There's going to be a Cedo. There's going to be a four-wheel drive trip to Lake Jasper. So if you can make it, head over to Augusta in Western Australia in mid to late September. That one's going to be another awesome event over there. Now, we do have the GC Logan event also. So that one is GCAP C9E. That's GCAP C9E. Now, at this stage, that one is not a mega status, but that one is going to be held in September 27th through to October 5th of this year. So Roddy C was kind enough to come on the show in May of this year and give me a full interview going through all of the details. So if you want more details on that event, which is going to be held in Logan in Southeast Queensland in September to early October, head back to our Facebook page or YouTube channel and watch our May show with all the details there for you. Following on from that one later in October is over in New Zealand, and this one is Geotaroa. So this one's going to be held in Dunedin in New Zealand, and the GC code is GCA7ZHD. GCA7ZHD. That one's on Saturday the 27th of October between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. And the event is going to be held at the Sharks Rugby Football Club in Dunedin, and there will be some side events running from Friday the 26th through to Monday in October of 2024. Then coming back to the land down under in January next year, so that's 2025. Following on, we have the Sydney GeoQuest, which is GCAC HF8. That's GCAC HF8, and that is the Ozmega and the Geocaching New South Wales Committee joining forces to bring us a Sydney GeoQuest event that's going to be held on Sunday, the 26th of January 2025. Yes, that's right, Australia Day 2025, and that's going to be held at Sydney Olympic Park. And it's going to be based in Newington Armoury within Sydney Olympic Park, and there's going to be a host of events and exhibits and activities. It's going to be very, very exciting. So it's going to be open on that long weekend and side events, and there'll be some more details coming later, so stay tuned for that one. And then the next big event following on from that, I forgot to mention that one's going to be a block party as well, so you can get your block party souvenir for that. The next one following on is Sunbury event, and that one is GCAP 417. GCAP 417, the Sunbury event down in Victoria. And it's going to be a block party as well for Victorians and everyone else. 22nd to the 23rd of March 2025, that one's going to be held, and that will be in Sunbury. So you can celebrate the 25 years of geocaching in Victoria and get your special block party souvenir for that one. So they are all the major events. Now, in terms of souvenirs, our next one coming up is the International Geocaching Day. So that one is the 17th of August, and you can get that souvenir simply by finding any geocache of any type, attend an event, or complete an adventure lab location. So that can be one single location of an adventure lab. Doesn't have to be all 5 or all 10, can just be one, and you will get your souvenir for that one. And also on the horizon is the Cash In Trash Out Season 2. So that one is from the 1st of September through to the 30th of November, and you just need to host or attend a CEDO to get that souvenir. So those are the next 2 coming up on the list. And then I will go through the rest as we get closer to the others. But that'll do for the time being. Now, we just saw Patrick there. We've also got a little postcard from Bonnie. So here is Bonnie. And this is Bonnie and her auntie Unique. And this is them enjoying their summer. It is summer up there in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is Bonnie and auntie Unique. And congratulations to Patrick and Trish, who just won a major dog show over in Norway, which is super fantastic. Oh, dear. So let me just pop that back up on the screen because Patrick has sent through some details here for me. So this was Patrick's apology, basically. Dad was really this boring this month with something called work. So Mum took me geocaching in the forest with my new friend Emma, and that's lots of love from Bonnie. So no video postcard this month as Patrick was a little busy, but that is all good. There's Bonnie. She's doing well. Excellent. Thank you for that, Patrick. Appreciate it. Well, we do have a big show here for you tonight. So as I say, the interview tonight is pre-recorded. So let's get started with the show, and we will put that up on the screen for you. But in the meantime, welcome to the show from our favourite Canberra crew.
Welcome to the show!
Geocachers, muggles, viewers,
and listeners. Over to you, PCE.
Let's get on with the show!
Welcome to Geocaching Down Under, Season 5, Episode 7. This week I have a super special guest on hand. Annie Love, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for joining us all the way from Seattle in America. Really appreciate you spending the time for the Geocaching podcast Down Under.
Right, yeah, no, always happy to sort of speak with the public in different ways. So this is a fun way to do that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So as I say, you are in Seattle, so we do have a bit of a time difference here. So what we're doing is we're pre-recording the show tonight. And I've also asked for our viewers to send in some questions. So if you're happy, we'll go through some questions from the viewers.
Sounds great.
Awesome. So I've just got a nice, easy one to start you off here.
Yeah.
Now, I know you work for Geocaching Headquarters, and you guys are actually called Lackeys. Now, for those who are new to the game or haven't heard that term before, can you explain what the term Lackey actually means?
Yeah, so there's sometimes kind of a negative connotation with the word lackey. It's sort of the person who does the work. You know, you got to go do the dirty work and everything like that. And so I think it just came up in the forums a long time ago that, hey, we're serving the people, you know, like that play the game. So, you know, we're just, we're going to it's like the hamster
do
wheels.
All the work.
We're going to do the running in the hamster wheels to just build the apps, build the website, you know, so, and it sort of became a term of endearment. I actually felt proud to be called a lackey when I started working here. I was a little confused at first, and then I was like, oh, okay. No, definitely. So it's, and obviously people in the community love to get to chat with lackeys in person. And for us, it's really fun to get out and chat with the community. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. There you go. So that's what being a lackey is.
Yep. So
another nice, easy question here for you was, how did you get started geocaching?
Yeah, so my dad was geocaching. He started in 2003, and so he's avid outdoorsman, a forester. So he had to use GPS for his job anyway. And
Oh, okay.
my mom had said, "Hey, what about this geocaching game I read an article about?" And so he got into the game, got really obsessed with it, and so a year later, on my college graduation day or university graduation day, I said, "Hey, Dad, can we go geocaching as a family?" And so down in southern Idaho, we went out caching and found 2 caches. I didn't sign up for an account at that point, but
Right.
later, probably 4 months later, I signed up for an account, and I've been caching ever since. So
Oh, nice. Must
yeah,
have been a good day out caching.
yeah, exactly. So thanks, Dad, for both a hobby and a career. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Thanks, Dad. And how long have you been working for Headquarters now?
I've been here for 17 and a half years. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, a long time. I think I'm third in line. So there's Brian,
Really?
then me for people who have been at the company the longest at this point.
Wow.
So yeah, it's still a dream job for me. I love the opportunities that it's provided both in the office and outside the office. Just friends all over the world. The game is so great with instantly making friends, no matter who you are. You can go there and you have that one common bond, and it's like, sure, let's go out caching tomorrow. I don't know you, but I'll get to know you, and that's great. And
people are pretty friendly in geocaching, I find.
they're very friendly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's it's always a cool community, and I've just made some of my closest friends from around the world are through the game. So I'm definitely appreciative of that.
Oh, that's awesome. So 17 years, I imagine you've worked all sorts of different roles within Headquarters. What's been some of the most exciting or fun ones for you?
Yeah, it's been really great over the years. So I first came in kind of in just a community role. I basically was the community team before we really had one. So I was answering emails. We had very few visitors to HQ at the time. It used to be an unlisted puzzle cache. So it was an archived puzzle cache. So you really had to be good at solving puzzles to figure out how to find us. And so I got to welcome, geocachers into the office, usually on Fridays at 2 p.m. Now we have geocaching visitors from all over the world every day during the week. And so yeah, that kind of turned into, if I'd get bored at work, I'd ask Brian, be like, "Hey, do you have other work for me to do?" And kind of that added the Trackables program onto my plate. So I've been managing the Trackables program. So anything that has a tracking code on it, geocoins, travel tags, all human tattoos, all the things. I've been managing the program around that for probably 15, 16 years now. And and then kind of morphed into merchandise. So I've worked with our shop geocaching distributors. So the distributors that sell official merchandise down in Australia, gotten to work with them.
Geostuff.com.au.
I know, yes. So I've gotten to work with a variety of cool partners around, and then kind of worked my way into business development. So didn't have a background in it, and but I do have a love of working with partners outside the company, and so it's just kind of morphed into that. And then at one point, I started managing our API partner program. So that's working with GSAC, Cachely, Project GC, so a lot of the geocaching tools that we can't live without in the game. So that's a fun group of partners to work with as well. So,
do you need a bit of technical knowledge for that, or is it a bit more like planning and?
Yeah, so my side's definitely, I don't have a technical background, but yeah, it's more of just how can I help the partners? How can I help them achieve their goals? And then being that liaison with our technical teams here at HQ. And so it's, if I get a request for a new functionality in the partner API, then it's something I talk to with our developers of how much time will this take? Is this something we can do? Is it a company decision to act, to add that to the API? So really just, with all my partnerships, it's kind of being that liaison and being that, hey, how can I help make things easier for you? So, and while you're trying to make things easier for the geocaching community. So
interesting, and helping people and bringing something new to the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, I might not be the most creative person, but I certainly get to work with a lot of creative folks that create some fun stuff for geocachers and ways to make the game easier, or get you the cache containers you need, or whatever.
Well, speaking of trackables and trackable promotions, how do businesses or people approach you to get a trackable promotion underway?
Yeah, so we have a fairly small business development team, but we work with partners all over the world for trackable promotions, or other types of ways to engage the geocaching community with like-minded brands. So really, it's often that we're approached by these companies. So obviously we would love to do a little bit more outreach and work with more partners, but being a small team, we do what we can with what we have. And so, it's sometimes it's marketing agencies that reach out to us. Sometimes it's directly from the source of the company that's saying, hey, we have a geocacher on staff who said, we need to work with this company. And it's like, how can we work together? And so typically sometimes it's, if they have a budget to work with, and that's the way that they want to market their brand or their product or whatever it is they're trying, their initiative. That's how they kind of can connect well with our community. And then the cool thing is, the trackables are a game within a game. And so it adds this fun aspect for people to, collect the icons and discover new tracking codes and, start your own trackable and send it out in the world with its mission. And so it's just kind of a fun way for like the partners that we're working with to say, hey, geocaching community, learn a little bit more about what we have, but also have fun, in the process of doing that. So
do you find those trackable promotions actually bring people to the game?
Yeah, sometimes. So sometimes they're posting their social media. And so, and obviously we know that trackables are a tough learning curve for a new person. So sometimes it's just more of that engagement on the social media side, where the company is saying, hey, go out geocaching today and maybe find one of these trackables in the wild. And, and so they may or may not find that trackable, but if they learn about the game and, get an account and start learning how to find trackables better, then that's kind of a cool win for us as a community. And so it really is dependent on who wants to work with us. Do they have a budget to help make it happen? Because trackables aren't free. Sending them out to geocachers all over the world is not free. And one of the questions we get a lot is, why isn't this trackable promotion available in my town, my country, my, region? And sometimes there's some legality issues where maybe a brand doesn't want to deal with the lawyers down, in Australia. They want to deal with the lawyers in the US, which they, already have. They already know how to send out free things and follow all the, laws and guidelines and restrictions. And so sometimes that's just their initiative, and we're very open to working with anyone, anywhere. Again, we want to try to find the partnership that's going to be appealing to geocachers. It's probably don't want, Fish Tanks Are Us or whatever, like, I don't even know if that's a company, but
Carl's Auto Body Shop.
But like if it's, we did a beef jerky promotion with Jack Wolf, and it's like, hey, I literally eat beef jerky almost every time I go geocaching. So that's what fuels me for the game.
It actually ties in, people actually use that. So
if the community knows people that, businesses and brands that work with us, we're happy to have the conversation and see what can happen.
Well, that was actually a question from Facebook, Jai Pagel. He asked, how do we get more trackable promotions in Australia? So you really need businesses to...
Yeah, so basically it's just if there are people on the ground in Australia that their goal is to target that location, yeah, that's how it happens. And so, we're by no means do we say we will only work with X.
Right.
It's more of how can we work with them within the framework that fits their needs. So yeah, we're certainly open to the conversations. As you mentioned earlier, the time zones are a little different. We're used to having meetings at weird times. so we're happy to do that. We're happy to consider that. But yeah, like I said, there is a budget, requirement attached. And so that definitely, like, some people are just like, hey, what can we trade, for free, for marketing between our two brands? And we're happy to consider that too. But if it's going to be a trackable promotion, obviously there's got to be a budget behind it. So
right. Okay. So you really need businesses to approach you. So we need more businesses in Australia to reach out and say, hey, take our money.
Yeah. So, and like I said earlier, sometimes it's just a matter of that there's a geocacher on staff and they talk to their marketing team and say, I have an idea for you. So yeah, anyway.
Okay. We need more Aussies to reach out.
Right. So yeah, but yeah, obviously our goal would be able to reach every geocacher every time,
Yeah.
but it's the reality of laws and, shipping and all the things. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I know before you mentioned that you also have a bit to do with like API partnerships and things like that. Could you tell us a bit more about those API partners that you were mentioning?
Yeah, so basically they're just, they're using our partner API to take the geocaching data. So, hey, caches are located here, or this trackable moved from here to here. And so it's just mostly the partners that we have are folks that had ideas that said, hey, this would make the game easier for me to play. So I want to do this, and also like let me help all the other members of the community at the same time by developing this application or maybe a website service. And so over the years, some of these folks have just developed some really incredible applications and systems that help us. Obviously, Project GC is this this wonderful site that helps drive geocachers like me to keep playing the game, to find new goals in the game, to oh, hey, there's a challenge for that, let me figure out how to do that. How to qualify. And this past weekend I was out caching in the eastern US, and I was going for counties, so I was using Cachly to denote, like, okay, I'm in a new county, let me see what caches are here. And then of course at the end I'm like, look at Project GC, where I can see my US map and see the progress that I've made. And so, so basically they're just folks that want to make tools for the community to make it easier. Sometimes we've worked with some partners where it might be tapping into a new market, I worked with someone on a partner for a Fitbit app, and it's like, oh, hey, does that make some Fitbit users like, oh, what's this cacher, caching app or whatever, or how do I get out and do this thing, that I've heard about, but now it's on my device too. So so it's kind of fun. But yeah, it's obviously it's a free partner API program. It's something that we don't have the ability to scale in a large way. So, so it's very, very limited in where we'll add new partners every now and then, just because we just don't have the resources for adding.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, I had another question in terms of API partners. Can you explain more about the GeoGuessr partnership?
Yeah, so that one was a really cool partnership. So it's a game.
What is GeoGuessr?
Yeah, GeoGuessr. So it's a game that really kind of coincides with the indoor version of geocaching.
Yes.
So but kind of in an interesting way. So you'll get thrown into a map somewhere around the world, and you have so much time to try to figure out where you are, and you can it's using Google Maps, and you're able to like do the driving around in some of the places it drops you in. And so you can look at signs and, oh, hey, that sign's in French. That tells me it's a French speaking nation. You know, like you can use some different things. And so it's probably something that puzzle cachers would really, really enjoy, is, you know, trying to determine the location based off of the clues that are given in the picture. And so, so we just worked with them on kind of a co-branded geocaching specific game on their site, which was really cool. So they we kind of gave them a list of caches from interesting places around the world that, you know, we knew geocachers might recognize some of those key locations. It was really fun because I had actually found some of the caches in those locations. And actually right before the promotion came out, I had just arrived into Australia for the Mega in Canberra, and I started my trip in Sydney and went to the old virtual, and and so that was one of the locations in the game, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, because like I knew that was going to be one of the locations in advance of it live, and so just to see, like, to be there in person, there's the sign, you know, from the picture, and I know this place now. So
I can solve this one.
Exactly. So but anyway, it was just kind of a limited time promotion. You know, we had some hidden tracking codes in there for fun, and those triggered a souvenir for your profile. So it was just kind of a fun side activity, and you know, it was something that their user base was like, hey, geocaching, I can kind of play this game. I love this GeoGuessr game, but I can go play it you know, outside. So
well, it sounds very like multi-layered, like you're saying. You got trackable codes in there, so you know there's more than just one thing.
Right. We definitely, you know, again, we wanted to make sure that the geocachers really enjoyed the experience. We already kind of knew that our crowd of fellow cachers were kind of interested in games like that, so definitely really helped there. So, but it was a really fun promotion, and I was loving seeing all the buzz about it. And, you know, obviously people had questions how to play the game, and, you know, so we learned a lot of things as a you know, development team, thinking about how we can work with partners like this in the future. But it was just really cool to see so many people engaged with it and having fun with it, and like, oh, I need to go find those caches. So but
I'll have to give GeoGuessr a go. I've done it once.
Yep. It's pretty fun. So
nice. Now, you just mentioned that you recently came to Australia, so I did actually get the chance to meet you at the geocaching at the Capital Geobashing Canberra in March of 2024. Now, I assume you got a little bit of time to go caching. Have you managed to find a few geocaches and found a favorite one in Australia?
Yeah, so that was actually my third visit to Australia, my second geocaching trip, because I became a geocacher shortly after my first visit to Australia a long time ago. Right. And so anyway, this was a really fun opportunity to just see some new parts. I had been to Sydney before, but I hadn't cached there. And so kind of using caching as my tour guide there was really cool. Discovered that old island that drawing a blank on the name. It's named after a bird.
Cockatoo Island? Or?
Yes, that one. So that was kind of fun, like just I wouldn't have known to go to that island if it weren't for the high favorite point caches on it. And so that was pretty cool. I'm also an avid hiker, walker, whatever. So, you know, a lot of my personal time on the trip, I was out hiking and just using geocaching to help determine what hikes to go on, and got to get this along the way. Actually, one of my favorite hikes, I realized after I had passed it that there was an earth cache on the hike, and I was like, oh man, like I hadn't downloaded the data, and it was definitely like a no cell service area. So that was in the Blue Mountains, and I hiked up to the top of Kosciuszko. And so, got that highest cache in Australia, and Yeah, I was thinking about favorites, and obviously some of the caches I found in the Blue Mountains, gorgeous locations, Kosciuszko, like some incredible views along that hike. But then, just had a really, really fun day doing a bunch of 4x4 caching with a bunch of locals as part of the mega, and that was fantastic. We hiked up to a T5 cache where I was like, all right, I have all of Australia's nature all over me now, but but that's cool. But yeah, just thinking about the one that was kind of like a wow moment for me was actually my first trip. Was the old one in Melbourne, and it's just like, I'm driving out in the middle of nowhere, as caching has you do sometimes, and just for whatever reason, the viewpoint from there was just stunning. And I was there at kind of late day, so some, beautiful lighting. And then another geocacher shows up because I was there for a mega as well. And, and it was just kind of one of those neat experiences of, hey, this is what caching is to me, to find that like unique place and beautiful view, and run into a fellow cacher along the way is always fun. So, it's hard to pick a favorite, but that's definitely one of those moments that was a good one for me. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw some pictures from the 4-wheel drive trip, and that looked insane. Like, you must have been like, okay, this is Australia.
Yeah. Well, I've been fortunate enough, both of the megas that I've gone to, I've gotten to go 4x4 caching, and just fantastic experiences both times. And, just that's one of the best things about getting to meet geocachers around the world. They want to show off, their backyard, and, like 4x4 folks love to just like take people out on fun adventures. They want to go use their toys and combine the two hobbies. And so just the joy on everyone's faces throughout the day, and it was fantastic. So
it makes the day, doesn't it?
Incredible views from there too. So anyway.
Now, I know you've done a lot of geocaching around the world. How many continents have you been to?
So I've been to and cached on 6. So,
oh, wow.
So I obviously, some of them less extensive than others, but just Antarctica is the only one left for me that, just my personal travel budget's not quite big enough usually to make that happen. So,
well, I was just going to ask you, what's left on your bucket list?
Bucket list. Obviously, because hiking and travel are kind of my 2 biggest hobbies, along with geocaching. It's like, where can you combine all those things? And Kilimanjaro in Africa would definitely be top of my list.
Really?
It's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. And again, travel budget, it's just,
of course,
you gotta.
Is there a cache on Kilimanjaro?
Yeah, I think there's at least a couple on the top. So,
cool.
So that.
So you got to go all over the top as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I do like my high places. That's why I was up Kosciuszko. It was, if I'm only within a 3-hour drive away, gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's the someday list. Everest Base Camp. Tried doing the trek into there is definitely on my list. Like I said, I like high places. I'm not a my technical mountaineering days are pretty limited. So, I'm not going to be climbing Everest or anything like that. But I definitely like those adventures that kind of get you to the cool spot that, that's
the places that people don't normally go.
Yeah. And also just like to look back and be like the challenge,
true.
You challenge your body, you challenge your mind sometimes. And I got I was inspired through geocaching to climb Mount Rainier, which is a 14,000 foot volcano in the Seattle area. And it's snow-capped glaciers. It's a technical climb, you're roped in with your ice axe and everything. And, I went with geocachers partway up that mountain one day, and I was like, the top's not that much higher. And so I spent 6 months training, learning the mountaineering skills, and I ended up going with a guided group. But getting up to get the earth cache that was on top of that was absolutely incredible. It's my all-time favorite cache. So it's, but there were challenges along the way. There were, can I do this? As my body's like basically done when I was 100 feet from the top of the mountain, and I kind of got some understanding of why Everest is so hard, so so, but it's definitely an experience that, I'll never forget. And it's also driven me to look for more caches like that too.
Well, that's good. And you can play geocaching a million ways. And if that's what drives you and fulfills you, makes you feel like, you've done something with purpose, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. But you know what?
Just pushes you forward.
I'm also happy to get that parking lot cache too. So, not gonna lie.
There is a time and a place.
Yes, there is. When I'm getting county, that parking lot cache is perfect. I appreciate
That'll do.
Yep.
Yeah, we're on a time budget here. Just get it and go.
Exactly.
Okay, now, and in terms of geo tours, how did they come about as a thing when they first started? Who came up with that idea?
Yeah, so actually, all the best ideas in geocaching are the communities. So, so geo trails were a popular thing. People were putting them together, being like, "Oh, hey, come visit this region and find all the caches on these specific locations or whatever," and kind of grouping them together. Just the business development team at HQ, saw, hey, we could make that happen, and we could, provide some extra tools to make it easier, or easier for, say, like a location to show off, like, these are the caches in this region that we want you to, make sure you highlight when you come to this area, or, hey, you're new to this area and geocaching, here's a way to learn the game and get started with some fun caches and visit the locations that, we want people to visit. And so, it kind of came about where it was, how can we work with like local tourist bureaus, visitor centers, different organizations like that. They obviously have marketing budgets to try to invite people into their region. And, and so it kind of created a really good relationship between the two of, hey, we can get you geocachers to your area, because if you present a challenge for them that they're going to be inspired to do, they will go and they will stay. They'll stay in hotels, they'll eat at restaurants there, and so what it costs to build the geo tour will pay for itself and then some.
Right.
And they're going to be posting on their social media that, hey, I went and did this geo tour and it was fantastic, and here's all the pictures of the cool stuff I saw along the way. So, so we work with different organizations like that over anywhere around the world. So again, like the trackable promotions, anyone who wants to work with us, we're happy to talk to them and see what we can figure out. There is a budget, obviously, required for it. But the cool thing is it's a very nicely organized list of geocaches. You get a souvenir on your profile for doing one. Then if the group that's putting it out there has some extra budget, sometimes you get a free GeoCoin, t-shirt, tags, whatever it is that they want to say, hey, thank you for coming here. You get this prize now because you've completed the tour. So I actually completed one in Ohio this past weekend, and it was the Bigfoot. So, the Sasquatch, and there were Bigfoot, themes throughout the whole thing. It was really cool because they're clever cache containers, and and it was just through a county in Ohio that they just highlighted the interesting locations to visit there. And then, when it was all done, I filled out my passport and got a GeoCoin for doing it. And so that was really cool.
So do you have to provide some sort of tracking to these counties or councils or companies that sort of put this on and say, look, you've had 10,000 geocaches visit, so we estimate that's brought you like $1 million to your area? Do you have to?
The cool thing is, as cachers are logging their cache finds, that's obviously a good sign to those tourist bureaus of look at all the finds you have in your caches, look at all the favorite points you're getting, so people are enjoying this experience. A lot of them will do their own surveys. So usually the passport that I filled out for a previous geo tour said, how many days did you stay in the area? How much would you estimate you spent on hotel dollars? You know, and so some of them kind of try to get that information, you know, and it's like, hey, yeah, you get this coin, but give us just like 2 seconds of your time to share some information. And, you know, and so that's always really fascinating. And that's where we've learned, you know, for some of them that have done that, like that the return on investment is usually pretty great for them. So, but it's, you know, sometimes there's a geocacher they know who's telling them you should do this. And then sometimes you know, they're cold calling us saying, anything about the game, what do I do? And, you know, so we've got Jeff on staff, Gear Guru. He's manages our geo tour program. And so he's a wealth of information, and, you know, he's happy to talk to anyone, anywhere. And yeah, we want more of them out there, just because, you know, the cacher in me, you know, so not the employee at HQ. I want to go play these, you know, I want to go complete them. I want that souvenir from my profile. You know, and so that's the cool thing for, you know, like for Jeff and me, because we are both players. We want to go do the thing, and you know, and so that's what the community's asking us for, more of that. So,
and like you say, like it's highlighting like a specific region or a specific set of caches that are a little bit special or a little bit extraordinary. So
and
that's the whole point of it.
We really find that a lot of the GeoTour caches do have a lot more favorite points. And so, you know, obviously Jeff, when he's talking to potential, you know, clients that are wanting to put these out there, will encourage them to put out quality caches, maintain them well, you know, just if there's a gadget cache that you can throw in there, or have it all be gadget caches, you know, like just make it a really fun experience, because that's going to get people talking. That's going to get more people in their region, more geocachers saying, okay, I need to go on vacation there. You know, so it's a fun program, and again, send people our way if they.
Well, just going to say, what would your advice be to people to encourage more of these geo tours?
Yeah, so if it's some, you know, a lot of these projects are just, there's a geocacher that has a passion project that, like, I want to bring a geo tour to this region. So, you know, if they can work with our local tourism office, often, like I said, they'll have a budget to work with. You know, you can just say, hey, look, this is going to bring a lot of people to this region, and they're going to stay, they're going to need hotels. They're, you know, so it's just something. Just talk to the tourism offices and see if you can help them, you know. Sometimes they probably really appreciate, like, you know, we need a new idea for getting people into town, and
exactly,
you know, or so it's but then on the flip side, if it's a tourism bureau that reaches out to us directly, we're certainly going to try to help them find a local cacher that can help out.
Sort of make that connection.
So that the caches are quality, and you know, it's what the local community is going to want to find also. Yeah,
true. Well, I mean, you just missed out. We had a geo tour here in Australia, but it finished up in February, March, and you missed it by about a month.
Couple of my fellow lackeys, I think, got to work on some of that. So I was bummed I wasn't close enough to that region to be able to do that one this trip. But
actually was a little bit far away from where you were.
Australia is kind of big. So
well, did you find that with the distances, it's a little bit further?
Yeah, the thing is, I grew up in the West Coast of the U.S., and things are farther here. You know, East Coast, you can be to multiple major cities within a few hours, and here it's like, oh yeah, we can 6 hour drive, we might get to someplace different, or you know, so we're a little bit more similar to probably most of Australia, where things are, you know, it's like a day's drive. It's not a hop in your car and 2 hours later you're in another location. So so I definitely get that. but yeah, it's I'm hopeful that, at some point more tourism offices or groups will want to work with us in
Approach you,
Australia,
yeah.
get more of those fun geocaching adventures out there. So
Yeah, exactly. Now, I had another question from the viewers.
Yeah.
And this was from Sue on Facebook, and she said, it's been a while since geocaching had a souvenir challenge like Signals Labyrinth, Wheel of
Yep.
Challenges, Mystery Museum.
Yep.
And I know as of like 24 hours ago.
Yes, perfect timing for this question.
Yeah, exactly. And she wants to know, are there more souvenir challenges planned for 2024? And the answer is yes.
Yes. Yeah, Cosmic Quest. So definitely, if you didn't open your newsletter, open that up or go to the geocaching blog on the website and you can read all about it. So I think we're all supposed to work together on this one and try to help get the fuel.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
I love that the coded message came through first that we all had to work out. That was cool.
Yeah. It was funny because I forgot about that aspect and then I started seeing it shared around on different social media sites and I was like, oh yeah.
I had to solve a puzzle first.
That comes out of our marketing team, and so they really look to create these fun promotions, just get people excited about the game, and it's I
imagine it's a big effort.
Yeah, it is a big effort. It's it takes some development work usually to put these together, so they're not the easiest. It certainly takes a lot of work, but and I know our community mostly loves them. There's going to be some people that are like, whatever, I don't need the souvenir. I'll just geocache anyway, so, and that's fine. To each their own in the game.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's just, over the years, I've just really loved watching everyone's posts of like, oh, I finished the souvenir challenge and, I'm going to have to go on a trip for this one because I've run out of this type of cache in my region. And, just inspiring people to play the game in different ways sometimes. Really cool.
Well, I like that. I think it was Wheel of Challenges or maybe Mystery. And you had like easy, hard, and a medium.
Yep.
Like you choose, do you want to like really hit it and go for the hard level or no?
Yep. So there's a little something for everyone. And we fully realize that some people have cashed out their area. So sometimes these are not the easiest or it might be winter in Australia when it's summer here. So, some caches might not be as accessible or, vice versa. So, I know the marketing team really tries to change it up and, and our creative team always does an amazing job with, all the assets for it, Signal doing different things or, this Cosmic Quest one, I always get to see the coins and tags before they go into production and so
all the shiny things.
Yeah, I know.
They get us every time. They're all so pretty.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. I'll make the cheesy comment that they knocked this one out of the world.
That's good. That's good. So they've got this one planned. Do you know if there are any more in the pipe works?
I don't know as of right now. So like I said, they take a lot of work. So usually it's, try to get one done, move into the next one, when the timing works out. So, and obviously you want to keep people guessing too.
Yes.
What's next?
Keep it interesting. That is right. Sure. So I've got a question here, I've got a statement here from Julie joining us from Facebook. She said, can you pass on an invitation for Brian Roth to come to the GeoQuest in Sydney, which is the 26th of January, 2025. Tell him there are plenty of Tim Tams available if you can pass that on, Julie.
Tim Tams are the best. So that's hard to pass up by anyone. So I'll certainly pass on words to him. And I don't think he's been to Omega in Australia yet. So I know he would love to go. When I talked to him before I went to the last one, I was like, oh, you should get down there. And he's like, I know, I got to get down there. So,
We'll entice him with the Tim Tams.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll get him. One last question for you, Annie. So,
Yep.
in terms of the geocaching game and the future ahead, is there any like ultimate goal that you personally would like to see geocaching reach?
So I mean, obviously for the company, there's a lot of goals we could have, and
Yeah.
The cool thing about being an employee here and being a player is that I see how much like the company cares about,
Yeah.
the game needs to just keep growing, keep being positive, keep being fun for geocachers. Obviously geocachers have the best ideas of what to do with the game, and so it's
Yeah.
learning all that. But if budget wasn't a thing, or if I could have, sky's the limit for me,
Yeah.
I would love for more space caching opportunities
Oh, wow.
and ways for me to actually get out there and find them. So
Yeah, exactly.
that would be my dream world. But again, that's not something the company can probably make happen for me. So
Well, you got to keep training to be an astronaut.
exactly. Yeah, that International Space Station would be a great start, but I'd love to see some caches on Mars at some point if it were me.
Wow.
Making.
Well, we still got a trackable code up there, don't we?
We have a trackable code up there, which I helped generate that code, so that was
nice.
kind of fun to know I had just a tiny little piece of.
There you go. You're already working towards it.
Yep. So, I don't know. It's always fun to see what the community comes up with, and just like where that takes us.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's the limits are unknown. Because
exactly.
There's who knows what is next in this game.
That's good. That's exciting. That's what you want. Is you don't want to know where it's going, because then it's interesting.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, I every time I tick off a box on a goal, I finished the quad Jasmer.
Right.
And once I was done with that, I was like, oh, what
next?
What's now? What do I do now? And so that's where I said earlier, Project GC challenges and, the different things that you can accomplish, and I like knowing that there's a what's next that we don't know about, so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I had today for you, Annie. Was there anything else you wanted to pass on to geocachers here in Down Under?
I love visiting with you all the couple times I've been down there. I hope to get back at some point. Just Australia is beautiful. The caches are wonderful. Just love the spirit. So definitely keep on doing what you're doing. I love it. I love all the fun adventures you put out there for me, and between geocaches, adventure labs, all of them. So thank you.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for your time again, Annie. Really appreciate it. Taking the time out to talk to us all here. And we've all loved it, I'm sure. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the interview with Annie Love, Geocaching Headquarters Lackey. How exciting was that? Thank you all for watching along and interacting and asking your questions. Hopefully you had a few of your questions answered. So that's really cool. Let's get on into the photo comp of the month now, and we'll move on and we'll announce that winner.
Do you think I've got a chance, do you reckon? What for? How about the calendar photo of the month? Let's see this month's winner.
That is correct. Thank you, SMS. Okay, so this month's winner for the photo comp of June is Stephen Barnes. There he is. The crowd goes wild for you, Stephen, all the way over in Western Australia. Now, this one here, this picture here is, where is it? Collecting rare DTs on a chilly morning on the Molonglo River as part of the Capital Paddle series at the Capital Geobash Mega. So there you go, all the way over from Western Australia here in Canberra at the Capital Geobash Mega. That's awesome. Thank you so much for submitting that picture, mate. Congratulations. I will get you to send me a high-res version so I can pop that in the 2025 calendar, but I will reach out to you after the show for that. So thank you. Now, if you would like, you can enter July's photo comp of the month. Just like Stephen, you can have a chance to be in the GDU 2025 calendar as well. So what you need to do is go to Facebook, find this picture here. It will be pinned to the top of the page. And then in the comments, just pop in your photo, the GC code, the title, a bit of a story if there is one. Always makes it a little bit more interesting if there's a story to go with it. And you can enter to be in the photo comp of the month there for you as well. Now, we're going to swiftly move on to the prizes for you all.
Hi PCE, it's Allied Oz here in Wajak Noongar country, also known as Perth, Western Australia. My friend and yours, John and Di from geostuff.com.au, have some prizes for you. Very generous, as they are every month. Let's see what they are.
That is correct. Thank you, Allied Oz, for the introduction. Prize number 1 from geostuff.com.au is a Triceratops Geocoin and beanie. So I know it is cold out there, so the coin is a nice shiny thing for you, and the beanie will hopefully keep your noggin warm while you're out geocaching. So hopefully you've had a chance to enter into the GDU Wheel of Names. Exactly. So we're going to cross now to the Wheel of Names. Let me just bring that up and then we can share that one. So let me share my screen there for you. Hopefully you've all had a chance to pop your names on the list there. If you do win a prize, you will be removed for the next prize. That way only one person wins. So here we go. Prize number 1 was spinning. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be on the Wheel of Names here at GDU? I think, oh my goodness, get out of town. Allied Oz. Woo, woo. Congratulations, mate. That's awesome. Congratulations, Allied Oz. You have won the Triceratops Geo coin and the beanie. Congratulations. Okay. You have been removed from the wheel, and the next winner is going to be 3, 2, 1. Round and round and round we go. Where's he going to stop? I don't even know. Okay, who is this going to be on the list? Who's that going to land on? Anonymous Local. Okay, Anonymous Local, if you are still watching, I'm going to need you to reach out to me because I don't know if that is a real name or not. Ah, dear. Anonymous Local. Okay, if you are still in the chat room, please reach out to me. You have won a scarf and Triceratops Geo coin. So that is prize number 2. So you've got the Triceratops Geo coin and the scarf. So Anonymous Local, hopefully you are in the chat room. Ah, dear. Hopefully you're still here. Reach out to me. You can do that through Facebook, through YouTube. You can send me a message on Messenger. Any of those. Anonymous Local, reach out to me and let me know. Hopefully that is a real winner. So congratulations, everyone. They are the prizes for this evening. I'd like to say big thank you to geostuff.com.au for the prizes tonight. Really enjoy your support of the show. So thank you very much. Big congratulations to all the winners. I will reach out and get some details if I don't already have them. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed tonight's show, please like and subscribe. But don't forget to hit the notification bell. So you don't miss a show or an announcement. You can join us on our socials. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're on Instagram, all of those. Just search for us. You'll be fine. If you want to, you can send us an email at geocachingdownunder@gmail.com. Let me know what's going on your neck of the woods. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or if there's anything interesting happening that you think would be a good episode on the show, please let me know. I am more than welcome to listen to that. Now, big massive thanks to our sponsors of GDU, Lainey at LK Consulting Group for the marketing, mentoring, and the coaching program. Thank you very, very much. If you need any marketing for your business at all, please reach out to Lainey. She is very, very good at what she does and can help you no matter your budget. Now, thank you to geostuff.com.au. Thank you for your monthly support and your ongoing support over the years. Very, very appreciative. Your generosity is just out of this world. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Big thank you to See My Shell. Thank you for helping with the editing of the audio and the video for the show. Thank you very much. And special thanks to Mum, who is watching live tonight, also supporting the show by covering some of the costs. So thank you very much, Mum. Really appreciate that. Now we're going to do a quick shout out of Patreons who also donate money each month to the show to help it run. So thank you. Here we go.
G'day PCE and the GDU family. Now, just like this tree has a big trunk to support its leaves and branches, you too can support this particular podcast on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/GDU podcast. Links are in the description below, and you too can be one of the main supporters of this channel for as little as $3 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. This is See My Shell. Thanks for watching or listening. I'm over and out.
That is right, SMS. Thank you, everyone. So, our Patreons of the GDU podcast are See My Shell, Kitty Catch, Kingfisher AU, Snappy Tomcat, Julie, Darren Archer, Captain Roverman, DTY73, Wollaston, Found It Podcast, Team Casho, Hev Walker, James0116, Darkside Dan, Scrapping, Mighty Minions, Lee737, Geo Joe, Contesta Gliss. We've also got Allied Oz. Thanks for joining us live. Cosmonaut97, Isa Peter, Oz Glory, Pilot Jen, Roddy C, Young Old Fella, Tank Engine Choo Choo. We've also got Green Cordial, Bernie H, Burns345, Chook and Chunk, Ben M70, Strange Trousers, Shawfoot24, The Humbug, Datsun1600, Scuzzy Bear, Bucko Raider, Froggy Pancakes, Nelzarama, DFC_JLK 2019, Angel G, Mama Bear 66, and Toy Hunters. Thank you very much for being a Patreon of the show. You do cover the costs for the website to run and also the streaming services to bring you the show each month. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to you watching live or listening live. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're watching the replay or listening to the playback on your favorite podcast app, thank you as well. Really appreciate you taking the time out to listen to the show. Hopefully you have found it entertaining. If you'd like to look back on any of the episodes, you can watch a replay on YouTube or Facebook, or you can listen to the podcast on anywhere where you get your podcasts. So I would like to say a very big thank you to Annie Love from Geocaching Headquarters for taking the time out to do an interview with us here in Down Under. Very, very appreciative. Very cool to get someone from Headquarters on the show. So wonderful to talk to Annie. She was absolutely beautiful, wonderful person to talk to, very giving. So thank you, Annie. Appreciate it. Hope you all have a great night as this is at the end of the show, and we will see you again on the 13th of August. I'm PCE from GDU, and it's been fun to remember to get lost, to get found with GDU. Have a good night. There we go. Excellent. Alrighty, chat room. How are you all? Hopefully you enjoyed that show with Annie. Wasn't she fantastic? I got up at 7 a.m. to have a chat with her, so I was not my brightest, but it went really well and we had a good time. So hopefully you enjoyed that chat with Annie. That was very, very exciting. I was so pleased that she took the time out to have a chat with us. And I did actually get to meet her at the Capital Geo Bash in Canberra in March, and I managed to get... Oh, it's green, so you won't be able to see it properly, but I did manage to get Annie's Lackey tag. So that's really cool. Hopefully you got to meet her as well and had a chance to have a chat. She is super friendly and really, really great. I'm glad you enjoyed the interview. Thank you. Apologies it couldn't be live, but the time difference was just a little bit too great for us to make happen. But it was very, very cool. Yes, he is a great ambassador for the show. You are welcome. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you for watching live. The official app and planning to bring that up to speed with the others available. They are incorporating some of the other app functionalities, but it is one step at a time. And then they've got the tricky thing of not overlapping with too much with the other apps. Then they will be all the same. But she did say there is some future work planned to bring it up to speed with some of the other apps that we are using out there. So that's really cool. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Thomas. Choo choo. Don't forget, if you would like to be a guest on the show or have any information you want to share with us, you can send us a email, geocachingdownunder@gmail.com, and let me know what's happening in your the neck of the woods. Hopefully everyone has a great night. Congratulations to Allied Oz and Anonymous Local. I really hope Anonymous Local is a real geocaching name. I will have to go and search that up after the show and see if that's an actual geocaching account. But congratulations to the winners. Thank you everyone for watching live. Hopefully you're staying warm and tucked into bed or in the lounge. Hopefully I'm on the big screen. Hey, Mum, I'm on the TV. And enjoy your week, everybody. And we will see you next month in August. Don't forget, connect with us on our socials and have a chat. Go and enter a picture into the photo comp of the month. That'd be awesome. All right, guys. I will say good night to you all and enjoy. Thank you, everyone, for joining in live. Really, really appreciate it. It was really cool to see you all here. And we will see you again in August. So have a good night, everyone. Bye.